Hi, welcome back to Tutor Talk from ActEd. I've got another special guest here today, Natasha Campbell, and we're going to talk about apprenticeships. That's the topic of today's video. So I've introduced myself on this channel before, but my name's Dave Johnson. I'm an ActEd tutor and have been for a couple of years. But Natasha, this is your first time on the channel, isn't it? So do you want to say a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Hi, I'm Tasha. I'm an actuary and I work as a coach on both of our actuarial apprenticeship programs here at ActEd. And I've been with ActEd for about 6 years now.
Yeah, I bet that feels like, I don't know, there's a lot happened in those 6 years, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, loads.
Brilliant. And you work, of course, work in the apprenticeships area, don't you? So we're going to talk about this now. So I guess to get us started, I mean, what is an apprenticeship?
So it's a program where you're studying and training, and you're also working within the industry to build up knowledge, skills and behaviours and apply those in the workplace.
Okay, so what are the different apprenticeship programs that we run?
So we've got 2 actuarial apprenticeship programs here at ActEd for our UK-based students. So our level 4 actuarial technician program is for school leavers who've sat their A-levels or equivalent and who want to get stuck into an actuarial job. Mm-hmm. So through that program, we sit 2 knowledge-based exams, the first one being pure maths and stats, and the second one covers finance and financial maths. The level 7 actuary program is for graduates who want to take on the IFOA exams. This apprenticeship takes you through the exams up to associateship level. Through both programs, you'll also compile portfolios of work-based examples, showcasing how you've applied the knowledge, skills and behaviours that you've developed over the course of the programme. And at the end of the programme, you'll sit your endpoint assessment and receive your final grade and be awarded with your level 4 or level 7 apprenticeship qualification.
Fantastic. I know a really important thing about the apprenticeships is how they're paid for, isn't it? So how does the funding work for these apprenticeships?
So for employers with the payroll over a certain threshold, a percentage of that payroll gets paid into an apprenticeship levy, and this can then be used towards the cost of the programmes.
And so from the point of view of the student, is it right that there's no cost to pay for the students themselves?
Yes, that's right. So as an apprentice, you wouldn't need to pay towards any cost of your training. Things like exam fees, study support, that's all included as part of the programme. Any additional costs would be borne by your employer.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, excellent. And so at ActEd, we provide a lot of support to apprentices, as I understand it, don't we? What support do we provide?
So for each of our apprentices, we'll have a designated coach. And as a coach, we'll have regular calls to reflect on how the studying is going, what you've learned recently, any training that you've done and skills that you've developed at work. We'll also challenge you to think about how to build on this learning and take it forwards and seek out development opportunities at work. Another aspect of these calls is giving space to reflect and talk about any challenges, such as work-life balance or studying, and explore those in a bit more detail. Your coach will also support you in planning out your portfolio and reviewing work-based evidence. Building up this evidence really encourages you to reflect on your progress and showcase strong examples, and also gather feedback from colleagues that could be used in future, for example, in promotion applications.
Sounds fantastic. Sounds like a really good program. How much time can an apprentice expect to get to study?
So through all apprenticeship programs, around 20% of your time will be spent on training and development. So this is a huge investment in your training. On our actuarial programs, this will be a combination of various things like tutorials, independent study days, also employer-based training, for example, technical training like actuarial techniques and using actuarial models, and also things like softer skills, such as communication and professionalism, and compiling that work-based evidence.
Okay, so speaking of study support, do you have any more detail of exactly what study support an apprentice might expect?
Yeah, so as an apprentice, you'll get access to full study support. So for the IFRA exams, this includes tutorials, marked assignments, mock papers, online study content and course notes, as well as revision materials. For the level 4 exams, you'll have access to tutorials, marked assignments, mock exams, online study content and a textbook for each of the exams. As our apprentices have the full package of study support, we are seeing higher pass rates than the institute average for the actuarial exams, which is definitely a plus point for the apprenticeship.
Oh, really sounds excellent, that, doesn't it? And for students who maybe aren't progressing as quickly as they would like, what support will be available for apprentices if they find their exams maybe not going as well as they wanted?
So, I mean, we recognise that the actuarial exams can be tricky, and sometimes people might need to resit exams. The duration of the apprenticeships is flexible, so there is scope within that to resit exams if needed. We also would provide additional study materials for that resit. Leading up to that point, as part of our coaching calls, we encourage the apprentices to set targets and we work with them to achieve those. We monitor how our apprentices are getting on and work very closely with their employers as well to ensure that they're getting full support from both sides. If the targets aren't being met or if exams aren't being passed, we'll check in with the apprentices to explore maybe why that is, and work with the employers to see if anything can be done to get them back on track, such as additional study time, things like that. We also have a dedicated learning support team to help out with any additional support needs that the apprentice might have. On top of that, we've got a safeguarding team who work with the coaches and tutors to make sure that our apprentices and students have access to any support that they need at any point, whether that's in connection with studying or work or anything outside of work as well.
That's fabulous. Sounds really positive. It makes me wish that I had been an apprentice when I was doing my exams, because it sounds like there's a lot more there than maybe I experienced 15 odd years ago. So let's say I'm watching this as a prospective trainee actuary who wants to get on an apprenticeship scheme. How would I go about doing that?
So you can check out our website for information on both programs, and we'll put a link to that in the description below. And there's also lots of online resources about apprenticeships more generally as well. And if you've got any questions, please do contact us directly, and we'll put a link to our mailbox as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time, Natasha. That's been really informative for me. I hope that's been really informative for everybody watching at home or wherever it is you watch your YouTube videos. As Natasha said, we've got some links for you. I'll put those in the description below so that you can follow those. Those will allow you to get in contact with us if necessary, or find out any more information about the apprenticeship team. So thank you very much, Natasha. Thanks for your time. Hopefully we'll see you again on one of these videos sometime.
Definitely. Thank you.
And thanks everyone for watching. So see you next time.